Awesome. We'll go ahead and get started. Well, Mr. Mayor, first of all, my name is Brad, and this is Mary Lane, and we own a real estate company called The Art of Real Estate here in the Midlands. And so we've been doing some spotlights, and our whole mission and vision as a company is, to do community resources, be a community resource and everything else. Right. So we just wanted to reach out to you and see how we can help. Because fortunately right now in real estate, we're really kind of okay for the next 60 days as long as closings still happen. But we have a great network to rally troops and also allow yourself and other business owners to have a platform to share how we can help. The community wants to help right now. Right. And so we want to know kind of what we can do and what's the greatest need right now that you think Lexington as a town or maybe yourself needs.
Well, I can tell you probably right now, the greatest need for the town is for everybody to adhere to the guidelines from the CDC. Okay. We have to get through this 2-week period and make sure we're doing everything we can to flatten that curve.
Yes, sir.
We've got to make sure that we do our part in making sure that happens, because if we don't, then we're going to get into a long-term situation that I don't think anybody wants to be in.
Yeah. Absolutely. So how's the police department and first responders, how are they doing? Do you see any needs there? Because I know we've got some clients that are making masks and doing all kinds of homegrown stuff that they can do.
Yeah, so that's a great question. Our police department is actually segregated now into the 3 different shifts, so they don't commingle anymore. They don't get used to join for lunch or breakfast and kind of catch up on the day. We don't do that anymore. We do virtual meetings like this so that they can get the pass the baton, if you would, from one shift to the next, so that we don't get people sick. And you can imagine what would happen if we had the virus that swept through the police department. We'd be in really poor shape around here. And, safe community at this time is one of our largest priorities to make sure we stay safe.
Absolutely. And we've been seeing on social media where there's been a lot of food boxes and kind of backpacks of supplies and stuff given to the elderly. Do you know if there's organizations like that still need stuff, or that people could maybe from a distance provide or volunteer to?
I'm sure Meals on Wheels would appreciate that very much. They cook for a lot of individuals throughout the community on a daily basis. So yes, that would be very helpful to them. Some of these retirement communities, I'm sure, could use some additional resources that could help them get through this time. Again, we have, we're day 9 of a 15-day period. So hopefully we didn't have any cases reported yesterday in Lexington County, praying that happens again today, and that we really are flattening that curve and that, we lessen the impact on our community.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious, are there any positive things that you've noticed happening in your community, even in the midst of this crisis?
Yeah, so the response to the restaurants has been enormous, trying to prop them up. You can imagine having to redo your business plan overnight and come back in and turn your restaurant from an eat-in restaurant to a takeout restaurant. Yeah. There's a lot that goes into that and a lot that they have to change on a daily basis. That's very difficult for the restaurants, and the response to people going out and picking up those meals on the way home or running out and picking up dinner and coming back home has been tremendous. But, they're going to need a lot of support after we get back to our new normal. I don't know that we'll ever get back to normal, but the new normal, they're going to need some people to rally around them and really kind of prop them up, because that's a big hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Are there any?
Yes, I've seen groups making the masks around town. Some of those are okay. Probably not really good for our healthcare workers and our first responders. But for individuals who want to wear them to the grocery store, things like that, that would be perfectly fine. But, a close contact situation, those probably would not work very well. But yeah, we've had a tremendous response. a lot of people bringing food to the police department every day, bringing cookies, surprises, just to tell people thank you. My wife is a nurse at the emergency room at Lexington, and they are constantly getting food brought in, and which is nice. We saw this in the 2015 floods. The community really rallies behind and picks ourselves up. So we're very fortunate to live in this community.
Yeah, I agree.
Does the town have any kind of curfews in place right now? I know some towns are talking about doing some things. Is that anything that's going on with city council right now that you're discussing, or just kind of?
No, I had a very nice conversation yesterday with the governor, and I told him the same thing. We are going to be lockstep in whatever he says. It needs to come down from the governor's perspective for it to be effective in the community.
Gotcha.
We could do something here, but then we have so many people that travel in, around, and through the town of Lexington. Really would not be advantageous for us at all. It would really be counterproductive if we were to do something like that. A curfew really is if you're having something go on in your community like this, and then your crime rate shot up. Mm-hmm. That's when you would enact a curfew and have people stay home so you could control that at night. But we're not seeing any of that.
That's good.
Very cool. As I hear that the register of deeds is still operating somewhat limitedly, but still operating. So
yes.
Being a little biased for real estate transactions right now, what other essential services are still open? Or I guess a better question would be, are y'all getting over inundated with like 911 calls? Should people be calling the non-emergency numbers for certain things, or how's that work?
No, it's actually our call volume is way down. And we are very thankful for that. So people are staying home, even again at the hospital. People are not going to the hospital for those, I think I need to go to the emergency room visits like they used to, which is really good because it allows the workers at the hospital to really concentrate on those people that are coming in with severe symptoms.
So given this platform, is there anything that you would like to get across to the residents of the town of Lexington, or anything like that they need to be aware of? Maybe places if they need to get food, maybe they could ask for, or I don't know how y'all are set up to kind of help that, or if you know some nonprofits that can help.
Sure. We have Mission Lexington here in town, and they're doing a tremendous job gathering some resources for those people in need. But I would say so we've changed a few things at Town Hall. We've closed Town Hall to the public, and that's twofold. One, to keep our employees safe, but two, to keep the public safe, because we're going to limit contact right now until we get through this thing. But we have several ways you can still do business with the town of Lexington. We have a drive-up window. We have a drop box, and you can go online. You can still call us. We're here every day. We're still having that type of interaction, but no face-to-face interaction. We're even doing that with the police department. So we're not answering calls that come in that are not crime related.
Gotcha.
So if it's a typical, I need the police to come look at something call, we're just not doing that right now. I'm not telling you we're not conducting traffic stops, because we're still conducting traffic stops as needed. But we are letting some things kind of go that we would normally might make that stop over because of this. We're trying to really do our part and make sure that we lessen the impact of this virus.
Absolutely. What's the best way for people to follow the town of Lexington? Is it Twitter? Is it Facebook? Is it the website?
Yes, all three. We're on Facebook all day long, all night long. We're on Twitter all day long. We have a website. All of our contact numbers are on all three. You can reach us anytime with any of those outlets. We have a dedicated professional that is taking care of our Facebook, Twitter, and Facebook page, and email, and our webpage. So constant contact with that.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate your leadership. We appreciate what y'all are doing for the Midlands and obviously the town of Lexington. If we can help in any way, please have Lauren reach out to us, and we'll do our best to share it and have our viewers, do what they can do, because a lot of our clients are in Lexington as well. So we appreciate the time.
I certainly will. Yeah, I will. I appreciate that very much. Just keep reminding people, do the right thing, be responsible, stay at home, drink lots of fluids, take care of yourself, take some vitamins, boost your own immune system. That's how we fight this thing. There's a new thing out now called herd. What's the term? When the herd immunity, when the herd does not get infected, then the virus dies off because it has nothing to infect.
True.
So herd immunity is what we need to be doing. Everybody needs to build their immunity up and make sure that we're all healthy and we kill this thing. We turn it on itself.
Mhm.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate everything y'all are doing very, very much. So thank you for that.
Stay healthy.
You're welcome.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care.